My hospital midwife referred to the dates around Malcolm's due date as his birth month, 2 weeks before and 2 weeks after. Until his due date came in, I had to give a little back pressure just to go into natural labor at 10 days overdue. Oliver had a cough when he went into dental surgery at 2 years old, and his pediatrician and the anesthesiologist said it was fine. When we took him to the emergency room later that night due to stridor, the ICU doctor criticized me for following the opinions of professionals instead of following my mother's intuition. Any doctor who goes beyond helping me, a patient with ALS, die comfortably and instead dares support me while I self-experiment outside of established trials runs the risk of being criticized by the medical community. When I asked the orthopedic doctor the likelihood that Mercedes' incorrectly healed broken arm would heal straight, he told me that numbers were unimportant. End of discussion. Who do you trust with your health? Modern medicine does some things well. It also does some things poorly. Professionals of any industry are at risk for pride, but humility of questioning yourself in the science is the best path to discovery and growth. Well-questioned science becomes good science. Modern medicine also does a poor job of dealing with diseases that involve multiple systems, requiring a coordinated approach. And quite bothering to me, modern medicine would prefer if the only type of toxicity that exists is acute. Acute has more clear indications. Acute is more easily defended on paper. It can be difficult to trace the effects of chronic exposure, even when it is known. Genetics, stress, length of exposure vary individual reactions so widely. So what's my point? I have a few. No doctor makes the call for your health choices. Your doctor offers his professional opinion and you take responsibility for your choices, good or bad. When you are criticized for questioning the science, that is a twofold red flag. First, humility has gone walkabout. Second, it means that there is no adequate rebuttal to your concerns because if there were, it would have been stated. Science may never have clear data on the specifics of chronic exposure to toxins. If a substance is known to be toxic with acute exposure, has no beneficial effect in the human body, and alternatives exist with better safety profiles, then why would you keep using the toxic substance? Be aware of what you put in your body: chlorpyrifos, chlorine, mercury, glyphosate, aluminum, lead. Don't forget about transdermal and airborne exposure. Water, food, air, cleaning products, skin care, injections. Explore low-risk alternative therapies to maintain health. Be active, even if it is just a walk 3 times a week. Get vitamin D through light, outside or lamp. Pray and meditate on God's promises daily. Consider massages, chiropractic care, red light therapy, sauna use. Do more of the things you love with the ones you love. Serve. Get better at creating boundaries for sources of stress. Every day with your choices, you are shaping the way your genes are read, either bolstering or undermining your capacity to handle disease. And those epigenetic changes can influence generations. So focus on building your health, using mainstream medicine as a very useful tool in your toolbox, but never forget that you are the foreman calling the shots. The buck stops nowhere else. Whether you have ALS like me, cancer like my father, COVID vaccine injury like my friend, or are fit as a fiddle like my husband, do what I constantly remind my kids: make good choices. Blessings.
Bye.